Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local businesses and local residents on what they love about Flagler County. So, today I'm super excited to have my guest, Nicholas, with us today. Nicholas, thank you so much for the time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Macy. I'm happy to be here.
Of course. And hopefully, if anyone's listening and they can notice a change in my voice, the pollen allergy, it's real,
I feel it.
unfortunately. You live in Florida, you're like, this is awesome, this is the dream. And then pollen season comes around and you're like, why do I live here? So this is the unfortunate thing that I have to face right now.
Mm.
But just enough of that. So, Nicholas, thank you so much for the time today. I really appreciate it. I'm really excited to learn and talk a little bit about your business because we met the other week at Springfest and you had
Mhm.
your really cool jams. They had like such interesting flavors too, really unique,
Thank you.
really out there. I really love them because jam is great, but also the different flavors. And you can talk a little bit about what those are because I don't remember fully, but I remember
Oh,
that
yeah,
they
you're
were
good.
really awesome.
Thank you.
And so yeah, so I'll let you kick off really simple and tell me a bit about your journey coming down here to Flagler, coming here to Palm Coast, and how's that been for you?
Of course, yeah. Just I'll start right at the beginning too. Honestly, I want to start off with just saying that I've been loving living in Palm Coast and Flagler County and everything like that. It's been an amazing journey so far. So originally, me and my family were actually from Long Island, New York, in a small town called Oceanside on the South Shore. So I was born and raised there my entire life and stuff like that. And around like 5 years ago, I actually left there and I actually moved right down to Kentucky just to have a little change of pace. I had like a bunch of friends there and stuff like that, and I did learned a lot doing different kinds of things there, different kind of food things, as well as I was actually working in the bourbon industry down there. So I actually work with a bunch of great people. With my main job being working at Jim Beam Distillery, learning how to like make whiskey and do things, and learning all the flavor profiles of that kind of stuff. And then on my journey down, I was looking for a little change of pace, and it brought me down here. I have a few friends that live in Palm Coast, so I moved down here, and I've been here for around 2, 3 years now, and I've loved every moment about it. Like the community is great, like the beaches are great, like everyone here is so nice, and it's just been great.
That's
Say great a
awesome.
thousand times.
No,
Um,
yeah, of course.
but and honestly, I've been doing this jam stuff for a bit now. Like I started off with through my mom and my grandmother. Like they used to own like a little catering company, and we always made everything from scratch, from our sauces to our jams, all our bread, all of our kind of stuff. So I feel like I got that passion from her, and just growing up with that and helping them out as we go. And when I founded this company, my main things that I really wanted to go over was one, bring down what I learned from my family and that old process of making jam and stuff of that nature. I wanted to include the flavor profiles and different kinds of things that I've learned from Kentucky and the whiskey distillery, or just different places I've been and visited. That's where you'll get some of the jams that we had at Springfest. Where's our whiskey cherry jam? We have a
Yes, that's what
cherry
I was
jam.
thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I knew there's like an alcohol one. And when you said you worked at the bourbon industry, I'm like, this is clicking now. It's
Yeah.
all coming back to me.
And that one's been a really great, like people have been loving that one. But we really pride ourselves on being like all natural. Like we get all of our fruit from a local farm right here in Benell, all natural,
Oh,
no preservatives, no additives, nothing like that, fully organic jars of jam, but with a different kind of unique flavors. Because I feel like you could go to any store, you could go to Publix or Aldi or anywhere and get like a strawberry jam or like a grape jam, but here we want to do different kind of flavor profiles to kind of mix it up, to kind of see, like, change everyone's kind of view on it. Like it's more than just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You could put it on anything you'd like.
yeah. My favorite is me and my friends, well, me, then my friends eat them, so it's the same
Mhm.
thing. Is I make Linzer cookies. So if anyone isn't familiar with
Oh,
the name, it's one cookie, like usually like a sugar cookie. I make an almond cookie, and then you put some jam, and then you put another cookie on
mhm.
top with a little like cookie cutter out. So it looks like a little, I don't know, it looks like a little ornament. And it's my
Mhm.
favorite way to eat jam because it's just so cute, it's fun and it's sweet. And I make like a non-sweet cookie so the sweetness of the jam can really impact you. And
Mhm.
that's a really creative way that I was thinking of that I eat jam. Like, like you said, it's a little bit
Yeah,
more than PB&J.
yeah, like using it in baking. Like people use it on cheesecake, on charcuterie boards. We even have
Right.
some collection, like we're releasing a spring collection a little later in the month.
Okay.
And as soon as well as when we get into summer and stuff like that, we have ones that you could actually use for barbecue, like put it on different
Oh,
marinades and stuff for meat or vegetables.
yeah.
Like you could do whatever. There's no limit. Like I said, like we used to say, like there's no limit on flavor, and especially here, that's why we do it. It's actually kind of the reason why we call it why I named the company Five Stones Jam Co. So
Yeah.
of course my last name is Nicholas is Stone, and I'm actually the fifth out of my family. So
Oh.
I'm one of five siblings, and we all have a different kind of passion for the food industry and for being all natural and organic. So I wanted to bring it all together and name Five Stone Jam Co.
That's so cool. You talked a little bit about starting the company. Did you start it down here in Palm Coast? And what was that like decision like for you, like to go full steam ahead? Like, I know a little bit, I have this passion, but I'm going full steam ahead. It's a company, it's really gonna something I'm gonna pursue.
Honestly, it was such a passion of mine for the longest time. And like I spent so many years developing recipes and doing different things. So when I moved down here, it really gave me the freedom and the opportunity to do it. And like the community here is amazing. Like the everyone, especially from even down to your regular vendors that you go to any of all these farmers markets down here or events, everyone is so welcoming. The entire community is amazing. And it just made me one day, honestly, I had all my stuff ready and I saw someone reach out that, hey, we're looking for vendors for the Flagler County Farmers Market. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing it. Made jars, got a table, got a tent, and we started off with just one table, little tent, little tablecloth, and a few jams. And it's been all uphill from there.
That's so cool. That's so fun. I mean, you talked about you had the one of the whiskey jams. What are some of the other jam flavors that you've had in the past? And what have people really loved that you were like, oh, I didn't really expect them to love it as much as they do, but I'm so glad that they do.
Oh, of course. Yeah, gotcha. We got a bunch too, and we got more coming. Besides the whiskey cherry has been a really big popular seller. We also did a strawberry Madagascar vanilla bean jam. That was a
Oh,
big hit. We also did recently at the Spring Fest that was really good was a strawberry orange marmalade,
right.
a strawberry citrus jam.
Yeah.
Especially being down here in Florida, there's oranges everywhere. You know, oranges and lizards everywhere,
Right.
I like to say. Um,
That's
and
true.
it's true. That is true.
You get oranges and then 15% off, car insurance.
Exactly. That's what I like too. That's a big thing for me. And we do that one. We have a honey blueberry cobbler that we just released. A
Oh,
sriracha peach that's been really good. A
nice.
sweet and smoky pineapple. That's the one that's really good on like marinades for like barbecue and stuff. As well as like a bunch of different ones that we have coming out. We have a peach cobbler coming out soon. A berry blue, like a mixed berry bourbon bash jam, and a bunch of different ones on its way. Even down to the fall,
That's
we have apple jelly, all that kind of stuff.
Wow, that's so cool. That's so fun to hear all of these different flavor combos because I mean I
Mhm.
mentioned that I like to bake, but I really love to bake. It's really like I do all the time, like at least
Mhm.
one project a week. And I just
Yes.
love looking out for like those more like different flavor profiles because like I love making like normal, I guess, like sugar cookies and like
Mhm.
chocolate cakes or something like that. But I like
Yeah.
to get out there. Like that's the whole point of baking is to experiment with flavors and maybe you don't like it, maybe you do, maybe you find a new favorite.
Exactly.
Like that's the whole point. It's so fun.
Exactly. And like I've been like this kind of stuff and cooking and baking, I've been doing this for over 15 years since I was a little kid.
Nice.
And like it's that exactly what you said. Like it's a passion. Like if you bake, if you cook, and I recommend to everyone, like get out there, try different flavors. And I feel like a lot of people are daunted as of late, like with baking and cooking. And I say
Sure.
everyone just do it. Just honestly get up,
Right.
do it, go on Google, get a recipe book, and just start.
I
Anywhere it's
know.
going to be is going to be your starting point, and you just
Yeah.
all uphill from there. Try different flavors, be unique, think outside the box. Those are my biggest things I tell everyone.
Right. No, I hear people say sometimes, and it just like maybe if someone does know the answer to this, they can tell me, and I'm completely open to this
Mhm.
conversation. But whenever I hear the phrase like I can't cook or I can't bake, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, there's definitely something out there that you can do, is my opinion.
Yeah.
And like, there obviously because I bake and I cook so much, my friends reach out to like, what do you think I can make? Like, I don't really like to cook, I don't really like to bake, but I want to make something like you always
Mhm.
make. And I'm like, yeah, here are like some very basic things that I think
Yeah.
are like anyone could do and like you don't have to put in a lot of like extra fancy Bobby Flay style to make it really
No, yeah, you don't need
fancy.
any
It's
flambe or any fire or anything like
right.
that.
You don't need like a torch or anything.
Oh,
Like you can make some really nice cookies. Like my friends and I always make the chai cookies, which is just
love
like a
chai.
sugar.
I love
It's
chai.
yeah, it's so good. It's just like a sugar cookie with some chai, but you kind of add in some like extra like frosting and stuff, and it looks so nice. And
Yeah,
everyone's like, "This looks like so nice." I'm like, "Yeah, it's so easy. It takes like 20 minutes to like put together, and then you
exactly.
just chill, and then you bake it. Like that's it.
Mhm.
It's
Exactly. And that's what I tell everyone too. Like the sky is really the limit. Like
yeah,
just try and just start. Like just try
yeah,
anything from doing like a cookie or making some eggs and stuff like that and just go from there.
right,
Anyone can do anything they can put their mind to. I've always been
yeah."
a believer in that.
Yeah, I love the part that you mentioned, like to build off of your experience too, because like I
Mm.
love baking and cooking now, but I also really loved it as a kid. So I did like smaller things, obviously more kid-friendly things. Like we had the Easy Bake Oven, but my mom was like, "This is a scam. You should never do this again."
Oh yeah, with
But
the light
like,
bulb.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't really know what they were going for with that, but they sold it, so it worked, I guess. But
Mhm.
still, like how like building up on that, and that's why like now I can bake so much is because I had the easy experiences, and there's no shame in starting off easy because that's the whole point.
That's the whole
You
point.
want to you want to eat it first, and then you can like build off, and like then you can make
Yeah.
your ratatouille dish. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. You go in there. Don't have any
Yeah,
mice up your head doing
exactly. Yeah.
it.
Not everyone is blessed to have an animal on our hair,
You know,
pulling the
I might have
strings,
one under
but
here. I might have a
maybe.
something like that.
Okay.
Maybe. I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
keep that up. You never know. That's the whole secret. That's why your jams are so good. Who knows? Who
Who
knows,
knows?
right?
Who knows?
Well, 'cause circling a little bit back to how we met at the Spring Fest, and I
Mhm.
think that's one of the really cool events that Palm Coast throws, Flagler throws, to get to know your neighbors a little bit more. So, I mean, you're relatively new, but you've been here about the same time as me. What would you
Mhm.
recommend for other new people in the area? Maybe places to go, events they can go to, groups they can join, anyone to kind of get active with the community, kind of get to put themselves out
Get to
there.
know 'em? Honestly, like I will definitely recommend if you want to see a lot of the community, like going to like the European Village, like farmers market in there that they have on
Mm,
Sundays.
yes,
Saturdays, there's one in Flagler County. There's also Flagler County at the beach, like they host a First Friday event where
yes.
everyone comes out and they do fun things. Like I really am a big believer, get in there, do stuff like that, because that's where you're going to see a lot of local businesses, everyone coming out to shop. Even also a really big resource is Facebook, like everything on like all the farmers markets, all the groups, all the Flagler County foodies, like everything like there. Just hop on there, and there's always something to do to get out there and meet new people and create new experiences and connections.
That's so awesome. Well, Nick, thank you so much for the time today. I really appreciate it. I loved everything that you said. And this was such a fun conversation for me because I love, food and baking and making all this stuff. So we could easily talk about this for like
Oh,
hours,
100%.
9 more
Yeah.
episodes. Like just keep it going, a continuous run. So I appreciate the time today. This is really fun. I'll make sure I have all of Nicholas's information in the description. People can check them out. Are there any places, maybe you mentioned a few of the farmers market, are there any places that they can go see you in person? Or is the best way through like the website and social media?
So the best way to connect with us at any time would go on our website at fivestonesjamco.com or connect us at Instagram or Facebook at Five Stones Jamco. But we're going to be at a lot of local markets and stuff too. We're going to be try to be more consistent at like the European Village one and the Flagler one. But
Hmm.
with any kind of inquiry, anything like that, you let us know. Off our website too, we also are going to be announcing all of our flavors, and we also ship nationally to all 50 states.
Oh,
So even if you want to order and try some of our stuff out, please do. We'd love to have you.
that's
And like
so
I said,
cool.
I've had such a great time being here too. And I look forward to all the new businesses and all the new people in Flagler County coming out to support the community because we really do have a great community here.
Definitely. Well, again, thank you so much for the time today. Again, I'll make sure I have all the information in the description. They can click on that a little bit easier, copy and paste a little bit easier. Definitely reach out. It'll be a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for listening. I really appreciate you as well. And I will see you next time. Bye.
Later, guys.